Alright, welcome, good afternoon, obviously good evening, back here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, back again with the holiday edition of Audio Analysis here, bro, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I want to say a big thank you today, the 31st of December, to all of you who started with us 2024. Thank you very much. See, there is this, I know not all of us are Christians, but there's this Bible post. I'm Christian, and there's this Bible post that I saw this morning. I brought I prepare for the show when I was in a little meditation, and it has stuck with me. And I think that's what I'm going to go into 2025 with, and that's been my reflection of 2024. And I want to share it with you. What it says, and it says, "By strength shall no man prevail. By strength shall no man prevail." What it then means, and it says, you need more than strength to prevail. 2024, it hasn't been just by the strength of man. It has been by the grace of God. And we have been super grateful to you, obviously, because God blessed us through you. Shout out to all of you who have subscribed to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. What a 2024 has been. It has been tumultuous, it has been successful, it has been adventurous, it has been everything. In fact, the last part of this year has been a little bit tough for me, personal life, but then again, I've loved it all. And I'll say a big thank you to God, and also to you. Also say a big thank you to you. Say you stuck with me here of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And of course, the year has been good, and I'm very hopeful. So next year it's going to be even better. It's going to be way better, and we'll come back and still give grace and thanks to God. Our successor, and there is a lot to talk about. There's a lot of discussion. There's a lot of conversation. There are a lot of things that we want to have the conversation about. There are a lot of football stuff you've been in. Obviously, okay. First of all, and then we are Chelsea for a training, and the training is purely centered towards Crystal Palace after the loss against Fulham, the loss against Ipswich Town. Chelsea next game, another London derby against Crystal Palace. Chelsea and Crystal Palace a ball draw in the very few first parts of the season. It was an better cheer as a goal, and then one game here 1-1. Chelsea go away this time to Selhurst Park. A place where Chelsea have been very consistent in getting results, but in the last 3 games he has been worrying. I don't know, Penami Church, we say anybody that says Enzo Maresca has been found out in low blocks, maybe not until a Joanna say, because in my opinion, you look at a game that Chelsea did play, and for you to create XG of 2+, for you to hit the woodwork twice, for you to have a goal chalked off, for you to create a lot of chances. I mean, 2 shots on a more blocking off the line, and of course, goalkeeping performance. You can call it one of the best man of the match performance in the year. You can't just say Chelsea were bad on the day. But then again, the most important thing is about winning of the game, and that's what Chelsea failed to do. Now, Chelsea are getting Aaron and Selmino to go into Cobham and start training. Now, Chelsea will plan for January. Maybe the match or the specific plan at Chelsea were in the very specific department as the season goes on. The plan for centre back, no person somebody Aaron and Selmino here. The plan for Axel Sassi, Trevor Chalobah, the plan for that. Maybe when my details in terms of what Chelsea plans to do, or general transfer we do them with respect to the various positions at Chelsea. I mean, what Chelsea gave them. We'll talk about all of that. I say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We call it Chelsea Smart January Transfer Plans. No, you may remember. But first of all, this morning I was explaining where I stand now. Sebastian Fobe Timi are registered Dani Olmo. It depends on the La Liga. Barca for now, if they can register Dani Olmo as a player for FC Barcelona, it will depend on the La Liga. Now, why am I saying this? I'm not going to church you. Say in the Spanish La Liga, there are 2 registration windows. One in the summer, the other in January. Now, there are temporary registration like that. Say, any issue of financial instability being sent, na area, register player, but we see but to play a player like in the case of Barca, Christian Sinepra, Dani Olmo register. It ends on the 31st of December. Until by 31st of December, so when Timia registers a player now, you cannot register the player again. That's in principle. But in the conversation of clubs, whether in Europe or wherever, they always want to find financially engineering. They always want to engineer financial ways to get certain jobs done, to register more players to stand money. And that's what FC Barcelona have been trying to do with Dani Olmo and Pau Victor. And then, so we hear people from Mundo and Deportivo near the idea. All of them, Sport, Momo reported, said Paul Victor for one, he is confident about Barca for my reporting. I'll tell you why. But the conversation of Dani Olmo is a little bit different. Barca would have to raise the £100 million or euros now, no more pay from selling of VIP seats or Spotify company to be able to register Dani Olmo. Now, Barca have been able to raise part of the money. Only raising it now. But they've sent the document and Olmo plan to La Liga for to communicate to them how they plan to raise the rest of the money so they will be able to register branch friend Dani Olmo. So it depends on La Liga for to look at the documents and says okay, I am viable. Barca for the to register Dani Olmo. Okay, yeah, allow no register Dani Olmo because your share is kind of come on Sabeka. But see here you can say in can say Barca Andrew 1:1 or Omunya 1:1. And yet possible cash will be due before China. In principle, Barca cannot register Dani Olmo for the rest of the season. And there's a contract in Dani Olmo contract. There's a clause of Dani Olmo contract. I actually so wait me free FC Barcelona. Someone is understanding by the January and go and play football elsewhere. If it doesn't go through there, where Barcelona be rest assured, said Dani Olmo is going to leave FC Barcelona and then go and play football elsewhere. In the last few days, I think Barca for an open training session. Or the Johan Cruyff stadium or Barcelona. I think it's about a 4,000 to 6,000 capacity stadium. Small one only on open training sessions. Sometimes Barcelona feminine and so about games to sell and that is where Barca for an open training session to bring their fans in. A lot of the fans express Juma Hansi Flick assistant na FC Barcelona manager, but they expect more from the club as things are going on in the era. Namundo Fording come up. Say Chelsea for Afre Barcelona for Edding come up about a branch of friend Dani Olmo. Sebastian Intima reporting Intima register. Yes. Mundo did the report in the morning, and Mundo said Chelsea have made inquiries for Dani Olmo, who Barcelona are currently unable to register. Into Chelsea for say Sebastian for Intima register branch of friend Dani Olmo. And like I told you, there's a clause in Dani Olmo's contract that gives him the chance to go to any club. It can be on loan, it can be on full move. Any of those ones now. Chelsea for no started any Dani Olmo aiding come says Sebastian for Intima register there. Then he needs to move in and then join in at Chelsea. And that's what Chelsea are open to now. If you look at Dani Olmo, for me, I don't think that story is particularly an accurate one. And I'll explain to you. The reason it Minjindi says our story is accurate and is simple. Now, the top secret with Dani Olmo and Barca, nerves and exhaustion are the limit of his registration. Any possible, and they say Dani Olmo is essentially a 10. He's essentially an inside forward, the kind of player Joao Felix is, the kind of player Cole Palmer is, the kind of player Enzo Fernandez to an extent as Chelsea don't need these players, the kind of player Christopher Nkunku and Chelsea don't need that profile of player. Chelsea will ideally go for certain profiles. And in the top secret of the transfer planner, Chelsea will for January now, maybe be one show or another system. So I don't think Chelsea are going to sign a branch of friend Dani Olmo. Although Mundo for a reported Chelsea had a conversation around him and had a discussion around him. It's not going to be possible. In fact, in 2024, in retrospect, two players have been the best players in the English Premier League in terms of goals and assists. No other player has been better than these players. Barca, Liverpool, the other one, Chelsea. We'll do the analysis and talk also into detail about how these two players have been the best players of English Premier League in the year 2024. They have been excellent throughout it all in terms of how good they have been and how solid they have been. Madrid for and returning to training also in the year 2024. Madrid winning a lot of trophies: Supercopa de España, Copa del Rey, Champions League. Over there, all of those trophies now Barca were able to win over there, and all across social media, Instagram, Barca players now, Madrid 4 players now are putting all of these ones in there. Now there's breaking news on the part of FC Real Madrid, and the breaking news is simple. About defender your friend Antonio Rudiger. I mean the player about Madrid for no value so much as a centre back or a leader with Jordan. In fact, so only an aggressive centre back. Obey we need duels, why combative, why very successful with Jordan, and also be a leader with Jordan there. then you don't move too further away from the German and your friend Antonio Rudiger. But this breaking news is it. And the breaking news is simple. Real Madrid are considering to reward Rudiger with a contract extension to 2027 or 2028. Madrid for consider a branch your friend Antonio Rudiger as an important player to the things that they are doing. And the plan is to extend his contract to 27 or 28. And that's exactly how they see Antonio Rudiger. They want to extend his contract for this match. Normally, our Madrid, they don't want to give players somebody 30 or more than 2 years contract. But then it looks as if the job Antonio Rudiger, as of Florentino Perez, I saw all the people at AFC Real Madrid, and it looks as if they are going to go on and register the Madrid for returning to training, and then it's an open training session for them. Mbappe was present, Vinicius Jr. was present, Jude Bellingham, Luka Modric, all of these guys were present in the official Vinicius Jr. winning the EFE Best Ibero-American player. Of course, American players are almost Spanish Americans. Only winning the best player now. David Alaba was back in there in terms of Madrid for open training. He did train also with FC Real Madrid, and Madrid for are slowly getting all of their players back. 5 titles. Madrid for a training section. Charlie. Madrid for year prima for. How do you go for an open training session? And people have come to come and see your players. Madrid for popping pageantry, literally flexing their muscles and letting Obia to know say the best club in the world. Madrid for flexing all of them with trophies from the Copa del Rey, like I mentioned, to the Champions League, the Super Copa de España, to the Club World Cup, to the Super Cup. Madrid for flexing all the trophies that they won in the year 2024. Obia after all the players went for some holidays back. Madrid for are in there, and the training has been good. Like I mentioned, David Alaba was there, team training, open training session with the fans now. Vinicius Jr. with a new haircut, and also a back for team your friend Real Madrid, not only killing Antoine Mbappe, and I need man. Madrid for enjoy a good sight with them, and of course, Madrid TV journalists no actually and money killing Antoine Mbappe, money Vinicius Jr. didn't come. Bisa Mbappe about Vinicius, and Mbappe said Vinicius is very humble and everyone sees the qualities he has. Vinicius said Mbappe is a great player, a great person. He's here to score a lot of goals. It's very easy to play with him. All of them bigging up the other, which is an important one in the Madrid for Flexion Muscle. Luka Modric was also spoken to by the press. Luka Modric said it's great to be with the fans. I'm very proud to be the captain. It's something unique. You can't ask for more after this year. We have won so many titles, and we have to continue like this in 2025. Jude Bellingham, any fans need to take pictures, or I guess some of the young boys about Valdeba Barcelona, and the Madrid for everything come up, and then usher them into the year 2025. And it was a very, very good one for Tima, your friend, Real Madrid in the year 2025, and it has been a very good one for them. And then in Chelsea training, like I told you about, in preparation for that big game against team, my friend Crystal Palace, Captain Reece James, back. Reece James, back in full training. He was part of the team that traveled to Ipswich Town, Portman Road, to go and play against him, your friend Ipswich Town. But then Reece James did not feature in some match. Now in training today, Reece James is in there trying to prepare himself for the big one against Crystal Palace. I am very sure Sir Enzo Maresca will make a lot of changes in some match against Crystal Palace. Another game that's going to be tricky for Chelsea. In fact, since the season is starting, Chelsea had not gone 3 games winless in them. This is the very first time this season Chelsea have got 3 games that they are winless. It's something that Chelsea would want to bump out of, get the job done. I don't think the boys were jittery. I don't think the boys were questioning what they can do, what they can't do. I think that there was some general fatigue amongst the players now, and then some mistake also from coach and friend Enzo Maresca. But the transfer plan, the secrets here revealing in terms of Chelsea's transfer plan would explain to you what really Enzo Maresca wants to do in the games ahead now. Today, we remove Nyendi Sam come on already. Reece James was there in training in there, and there were a lot of battles over there. 6'5", and all he does area doors is this. Talking about how yesterday Tosin Aderabioyo made it very difficult for Abrantia, Jeffredo, Liam Dirap, inside game that course over the weekend. We'll talk about stuff like that and all the conversation. Chelsea Eddie Komo and then Chelsea goalkeepers now. I will share good luck and goodbye to Hilario Felipe, of course, Hilario, Chelsea goalkeeper trainer for a very, very long time. He's going to depart Enzo Maresca team in Chelsea and then go and join the Three Lions of England. And then now he said a good luck to him. And Philip Jorgensen, top person and coach. It has been a pleasure working with you, Jorgensen. And the boys now, and he need to try a picture to say a very, very big thank you to him and to say to wish him luck in them to get a job. That in January, what is going on is that the first thing, and he said officially, Tima, your friend of Torino, has sent their first offer to Chelsea. Guess which player? Torino for one sending their first offer to Chelsea Football Club to tell them say they want a particular player in their ranks. They've had extensive conversation for this player, and he didn't have a bunch of friends, Cesar Casadei, and he's an Italian young man. He has not gotten enough game time as much as Chelsea. Enzo Maresca tries to be using it sometimes in cup games and but he hasn't really gotten a lot of game time. And now Torino for officially, according to Gianluca Di Marzio, sending your first offer to Chelsea, a loan with an option to buy for Abrantia Yefreno, Cesare Casadei. Chelsea for would want to get him in and then get him to start playing football in there for them. It's an important one for Sa player no pa Yefreno. Young player, your friend Cesar Casadei that Chelsea would want to let's go. No? They're having that conversation around him, and it looks as he said he is going to move in there. And that was another reason why Chelsea probably should have eschewed ego and then bought Abrante Feni Samuel Maradion in the summer. The box presence is very, very important. And yesterday again, Chelsea needed somebody of that quality, or that box quality, and Fiifi wanted to get a job done for Chelsea Football Club. But then, according to Squawker, 2 players, most goals and assists in the Premier League in the year 2024, Mohamed Salah and Cole Palmer. But see, when you look at Mohamed Salah and how excellent Mohamed Salah has been as a player, now still Cole Palmer meets those numbers. And Cole Palmer deserves a lot of credit because, to be very honest with you, there is no way Cole Palmer would have matched these. I mean, before Chelsea, there's no way anybody believes that Cole Palmer matches Mohamed Salah numbers. To score 39 goals and assists, goal contribution in the year 2024. Cole Palmer and Mohamed Salah. That's like one full season. I mean, if you put just Manta, half a season, boom. The beginning of the first season and the end of the last season. Cole Palmer has been blistering on your branch friend Mohamed Salah with 39 goals and assists each over there. There is Alexander Isak with 31, Erling Haaland with 29, Bukayo Saka 28, Oli Watkins 27. There is also Nicholas Jackson with 22 over there, and that's another huge one for our brand here friend Nicholas Jackson, and you need to give him credit for how good he has been in them. Of course, fantasy, player or the most points of the year 2024, Cole Palmer 294. English Premier League, according to Jeremy Carragher, team of the season so far. David Raya is in post, Ola Aina at left back, Milenkovic, Virgil van Dijk, the 2 centre back pair, Robinson for Fulham, right back. There is a brand here, Ryan Gravenbach, also on the Moise Caicedo, the 2 DMs. Do you agree? Mohamed Salah, Cole Palmer, Matthias Cunha, and Chris Wood, Billy D-Lines. I think that this is very relatable. If you look at the job that these players have done, from Cole Palmer to Cunha to Abrantia, your friend Raya, then you go to Milenkovic, you go to Virgil van Dijk, and I think at left back, maybe Marco Correa should have been in there. I think left back, Marco Correa deserves to be in there. But then, apart from that, it's a very, very relatable lineup pile. Now, if you go deeper into Cole Palmer numbers now, as it stands now, Cole Palmer ends 2024 with 26 goals, 13 assists. He is 1 goal behind Haaland and then 3 assists behind Salah, but joined top in Premier League for 39 goal involvement with Liverpool star. 26 goals. It's also a club record goals in a calendar year. Since Eden Hazard, the last time I told you, no Chelsea player have had the most returns in terms of chance creation, in terms of goals scored, in terms of goal involvement by a player beats Abrantia Freddy Cole Palmer. Nobody gets close to Abrantia Freddy Cole Palmer. It does not happen at all. It's Abrantia Freddy Cole Palmer that stand out in the lot now with respect to how good he has been. Now, So I'll share Chelsea match now. The major things that we're going to talk about, obviously, the revealed transfer secret at Chelsea for the Real in January 2025. Now, the point of view is the game that Chelsea played against Tima, your friend Ipswich Town now. Like I did mention this morning, the biggest thing on Chelsea's calendar is to find an aggressive right centre back. Last season, Chelsea and Barca friend Levi call at CCB. My catcher said CCB one day. Levi call bet right because he is able to pass to break the lines. He is able to get into the half space and cross. In fact, naturally, he is the best player you can get at CCB. The ball manipulation, one of the best. He's able to pull the press in and then manipulates the ball so much that we're finding openings and then aids in build-ups. Levi Cole is top class in that regard. So, obviously, it was something that we knew says he uniform may be affecting the game. And in the last few games, in the absence of Wesley Fofana, he has really affected him. Like I've said, you don't have the progressive ball carrier on the right hand side of Chelsea. So there's no ball carrier. Instead, Chelsea, any ball we can put on half limit. That's a team is Ipswich Akko deep. That's what in a low blocker. You don't get somebody to carry the ball through forward. I mean, centre back with me carry the ball because that was the job of a branch friend Wesley Fofana. And if you look at the injury of a branch friend Benoit Bellachile, the injury of Wesley Fofana, and of course the no-show of a branch your friend Axel de Sacia, it means that the first thing Chelsea would have to prioritize in January is a centre back. Now, I'll do that in conjunction with a post-match analysis, tactical analysis of that game, of Chelsea game and one Ipswich boy. Then I'll spot out the various players and tell you the kind of players that Chelsea took and why Chelsea have to buy these players. After suffering against Fulham a week ago, Chelsea again failed to win against team friend Ipswich Town. In some analysis, definitely the plan is to detail where Chelsea would have to play. And one of the things that was clear, Chelsea in possession shape, it was similarly the same. The only thing, like I told you this morning, was that you have João Felix, however, who in the left half space and Cole Palmer in the right half space. Then Enzo Fernandez more like a 10 who was floating, and the job of Enzo Fernandez was supposed to be a +1 next to Moise Caicedo in build-up because Chelsea knew that Ipswich Town were going to be aggressive and sit in the mid-block. Now they need more numbers to play around the block, and it was very important for them. Now, like I said, you don't get the best out of Marco Crane out wide because once he underlaps or he's inside in the left half space, he's able to use the press and counter press very well to be able to win duels, win balls, counter press well, and then play for it. It's something that he does very well. And that's something that we're expecting, but we didn't see, and it affected the game. Now, one of the things I realized that Chelsea ball with a back three. Now, back three, usually the CCBs that I've mentioned, the RCB and the LCB, Chelsea have lacked the RCB, and I've explained the dog and cat and personality in terms of playing with players. Or right centre back or with the ball carrying ability, the dog ability of being aggressive this time, and Chelsea didn't have it. So it means that the first thing Chelsea would have to do, first thing I said Chelsea team here, and they said Chelsea would have to get Obia or a very, very good centre back and aggressive one in there. Now, I'm tempted to believe that there are two things that Enzo Maresca plans to do. There has to be the significant use of Abrante Freno, Joshua Champon. Now, Joshua Champon is the best right-footed centre back in the age group we are saying. There isn't a single right-footed centre back we are saying or you're better than Joshua Champon. Ball winning ball. He's an excellent passer of the ball. He's a good ball carrier. He's aggressive and he's combative. And of course, Chelsea have given him assurance to say he will keep him close and he will get some game times into the first thing. The secret plan that Chelsea said. And Aaron and Selmino Abana. Now they want the competition between Aaron and Selmino and Abrante and Joshua Kofi a champion to be high. Now it is clear, say Axel de Sassi and Abrante Benoit Bellachile. One of them, most likely Axel de Sassi, is going to lead Chelsea because Chelsea do not have a cover for Abrante Levi Cole at LCB. So most likely Benoit Bellachile is going to be there. But Axel de Sassi at right back, there are a lot of players and he's very low down the pecking order. The next thing that Chelsea may look to do is to recall Abrante Trevor Chalobah. Now, Trevor Chalobah, a 2-2 Chelsea boy. We understand that RCB is good. Now again, Trevor Chalobah is the most proactive of centre backs over there. He still lacks something at RCB. He's not the best centre backs. Yes, people are mentioning Chelsea in Kofanembra. I doubt that's going to happen over there I think that James Eric need to fitness, so Chelsea can really manage him with Joshua Champions emergence, and then of course, and then Fabrizio was reporting again, and I also did really trade Sir Brent Fan Aaron and Selmano started training on the 3rd of January Chelsea team, hopefully to show up the gap in the rest of the season to make the defense no watertight. A very important RCB said Chelsea will be aggressive, not see a ball carrier. It looks as if Joshua Champion any Abrantia your friend Aaron and Selmano can do the job. Chelsea wants to get top 4 comfortably. That's the task for the season. But away from that also, one of the things that Chelsea really wants to make sure they push for, and they say, so the James Ayer Fita, it gives them the chance to play Reese at RCB and use his build-up. Now the next thing they say, in the last few matches, now Branty your friend Leslie Ugo Chuku, now on more matches, baby, Emma Tima, your friend of Southampton. Now Chelsea were considering, so with the fitness issues of our Branty your friend Romeo Lavia, are on share more matches, baby. Also, will play on your too consistent when an injury situation at Chelsea in person by rational. One saying that Chelsea will be tempted to call either of our branch your friend Andre Santos or our branch your friend Leslie Gochuku to come and join the team. Now the plan is simple. Some young our boys say that it gives them cover in a day where Chelsea want to play a strict physical double pivot. Then Chelsea can play especially Leslie Gochuku, because when you have Premier League experience, and of course Andre Santos is getting the game season of his life at Strasbourg, so Chelsea would want to allow him grow in there and play some more minutes in there. It will help manage the minutes of our branch friend Moises Caicedo, because season with my Caicedo abo matches baby ebe manage Enzo Fernandez 2 minutes kakayena in a game at Chelsea against Ipswich. They were 2 of Chelsea's best players, Enzo Fernandez and our branch friend Moises Caicedo. So maybe Chelsea will not run them to the gun and get them too tired, because we can sense that accumulated fatigue, help mitigate over reliance on Lavia, like I did mention also, and extra physicality with substitution, any cameos when it's needed. Center forward Yaka. The box presence now Chelsea should say Yaka. Chelsea have always needed the box presence with Chilwell. Chelsea have asked for it. Over the summer, they asked for a branch friend Tosin, a branch friend Samuel Manadion. Manadion didn't come because there was a little bit of a discrepancy in contrast, and Chelsea best on in the sign. A lot of Chelsea fans, they don't know him and they felt it wasn't good enough. But I did mention said the box dominant center forward, one of those traits, at least a solid part of their game, very important. This could be quick fixes, short-term issues. I said Chelsea to me solving in the summer. But honestly, I think that Chelsea will not go for a serious target as stands now. I don't even think that Chelsea will go for a center forward as stands now. I think Chelsea will rather solve the issue of the defense one, because Chelsea himself, they can still get goals around. They can get goals around, even from a low block. And now Chelsea created quality chances. They were just not as clinical as you want them to be. Yes, maybe that's why you need a box presence and we're showing them. But then again, you will understand that regardless of what the kind of team at Chelsea want to put up, this team can get a job done in the short term. Chelsea knows that this is a smart, assertive move that they need to do to be able to get a job done. When you want them to get some goals, the Champions League, the January 1 window, ABA, in fact, be honest, and one of the things Chelsea are seeking to do is to make sure that places are ancient and quick, they will get it done. Other clubs also are trying to get some players in. Manchester United, this morning I was explaining, said Ruben Amorim has a big game to play against Liverpool over the weekend. And everybody knows that Ruben Amorim is struggling. Now, I've said it several times. You do not get the best. You are not going to get the best out of this Manchester United team with these players. I mean, when you're Manchester United, just have it at the back of your mind. And the reason why I'm saying this is pretty straightforward. Now, Ruben Amorim, before this Manchester United season, had played 11 games. I was Sporting CP, not lost a single one of them. I understand. Not just in the league, but then also in the Champions League. So, yes, it wasn't just it was just in the Portuguese Liga. This is a top brain also played in the Champions League and got results from there. Now, why is it that it's difficult for him to get results since he has come to Manchester United? There's the formation of the system in which Ruben Amorim on the board is pretty specific. It requires pretty specific profiles to fit in there. And I'll give you a clear-cut example. The wing backs of Ruben Amorim wing backs, the type of wing backs are not the natural wing backs that that can just bump up and down like we say David Costa. No, those are not the natural wing backs that you use. Now, if you look at somebody like the Luis guy that he was using, is it Luis Cueva or something? One of those guys I know used to. He has this dark guy, short guy, and Ruben Amorim used when he was at Sporting CP. Now, one thing is clear. Now, he is excellent in terms of build-up. Now, if Sporting for any person will call in a 4-2 shape, normal build guy. He is part of the builder space. I mean, in whatever zone. Now, one of the things that's very important is that for Ruben Amorim's wing backs, you need to have the technical ability and the cognitive ability to know when to jump and know when to jump. I mean, the jump to pressing, because you need to jump back into a back five, but also jump out of the back five, because usually in the back five it is not proactive. Usually back five they are reactive, but they sit back, then they cover the space, they do a lot of zonal play. But this time in Ruben Amorim, he wants to be more proactive, wants to be more aggressive, he wants to come and chase. But then also, if you go into certain zone where you have a lot of space and ground to cover, and you can come back into the base that we're trying to come and make the back five, when to jump to be aggressive and then press whoever, whether the fullback, the wing back, whoever will zone on, you need to know that as well. And then also when to come back to the back five, and it requires specific skill set like we've seen. Again, the inside tens na you come of Ruben Amorim, and you're regular Bruno Fernandes mobile bono. No, you need an inside 10 of Ruben Amorim is good enough as an outlet for hold up play. So let's say somebody that has both the trait of Rasmus Hojlund and then Joshua Zirkzee combined together. And why am I saying this? Joshua Zirkzee because you need a technical player to manipulate the ball and control the ball in the half space. Joshua Zirkzee is pretty better in the half spaces than Rasmus Hojlund. While Rasmus Hojlund is better than him in terms of an outlet to hold up play, the back to goal, to lie on center forward. That's what, sometimes even when he played Victor Gyökeres as an inside 10, that's the job he had for him. Again, this same guy is also supposed to be good enough to run channels. When they want to go into the channels aggressively and run those channels, the extra number 10s or inside 10s should be able to do that. And that's exactly the kind of things that Ruben Amorim really isn't getting together. He's struggling to put it together with the team effort in Manchester United. So I think the Manchester United will need some transfer windows, about 2 or 3 seasons, or be aggressive as Chelsea gets the players now. Senegal Ruben Amorim will thrive. The best formation for this Manchester United team is what Ruud van Nistelrooy you see here. The 4-2-3-1. It's one of the best that you can get, and Ruud van Nistelrooy used it very well, got the best out of the team. 2 DMs shadowing or protecting the back four with each other. That's exactly what he did, and that's why he got the results from them. As it stands now, Ruben Amorim is struggling over here. We'll bring the cats and we'll draw it down on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, and of course later in the day we'll come back to you. Until then, we'll take care. Bye bye.